composition that 100 Thieves have, but T1 would have no way to reliably engage onto their opposition. They could have relied on the fact that 100
like someone
Thieves...
who hasn't seen Faker's seismic shoves this tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, FBI still looking. As you can also see, River is hovering around down this area. So 100 Thieves, they feel confident pushing up, but up in the top side, it's Doran and Oner looking for the dive onto Big Dokes, and it's first blood over to T1.
Damage with the blight stacks there from FBI because 100 Thieves thought they could re-engage off of that initial play and weren't able to thanks to the nice flash from Doran.
And now with Doran forcing those summoner spells in the bottom lane, chunking both of the enemy laners down to half HP, this is a free ticket for T1 to secure a very early first Drake.
They're going to show up for the objectives. They're going to force fights. They're going to try to bait you into team fights that you maybe shouldn't be taking. But T1 doesn't need to fight. They can just take the advantage down on this bot side. But with Quidd being out, T1 now can move in.
Okay, T1 looking for a chance to at least take one of these grubs away with Quidd's departure, and it looks like they're going to get just that. Oner and Keria move into the pit. So 2 grubs over to 100 Thieves, 1 for T1. And again, whenever you split the grubs, even for the team that got 1, it doesn't feel that bad just because the big thing is getting the little Void Mites if you secure all 3.
Ways to try to get farm. But problem is, he is up here by himself once again. Does thin that wave, but on the next one, they're going to look to dive. And I just don't think that Doka can really do much about it realistically.
Well, we'll see. Right now, he wants to step forward, try to clear out some of that wave a little bit, but Doran immediately popping the Dominus as Oner's ready to try to show up. Dives in with the audacious charge. Public execution from Dokla. Oner's going to die to the turret shot. Dokla stays alive for now. Doran's going to try to pick this one up a little bit, but Doran's going to die as well. Big Dokes! 2 for 1 in the top lane.
Really nicely done. He forces Doran to use the ulti early, but Faker is going to get solo killed by Quidd. 100 Thieves are coming to life. Now he's the one in the driver's seat. Ayla's up here. Doran could be the one getting dove.
They want to give Doran a taste of his own medicine. Ayla's going to lead the charge. He makes the dive for the headbutt pull. The flash coming out from Doran, but the exhaust ready to follow, and 100 Thieves make boots out of that crocodile. They find the dive up here in the top lane. It cost them the Drake as T1 are going to secure their second one of those.
Absolutely are, and we can see this one more time. The seismic shove is there, but Quidd gets the Q slow, flashes in, kills him with the Kingslayer. Faker responds on the flash, but Faker's caught out again.
Faker in a bad spot here with the River. Ayla and Quidd trying to chase him down and secure it. Quidd gets another one. The Silas running the show for the mid lane. Now up here in the top side, we're going to get yet another trade. Stridebreaker now completed for Doran, but again, that eclipse from Dokla is so strong. River coming in for the Cyclone. Keria wants to save his top laner, but it's too little. It's too late.
Can you actually stop T1 at this next dragon, right? Because yes, you're in a pretty good spot, but T1 did get 2 early dragons. They're about to take the first tower here as well. And this next dragon is going to mean so much for the game. If
Siege is not the strongest. We talked a lot about in draft how relatively short range on the side of 100 Thieves. You really have to get into the face of your opposition. And this Herald should really help open up that mid lane tower, which once that has gone, that deeper vision into the enemy jungle is going to be that much more valuable. Kick this one off. Their positioning is good.
Okay, nice little bit of poke coming out from FBI. TP coming in. Rift Herald summoned up. Looks like we might get a Combat Herald on this one as the Weaver's Wall. Nice use there from Faker. River still looking for the opportunity to try to go in and steal. Quidd off on the bottom side. Rest 100 Thieves going in after the Drake. They're going to steal it away. Keria's about to die to Quidd. He falls. Quidd takes the kills. The rest of T1 scrambles to try to fight. Solar Flare's not going to find much. Oner takes more damage from FBI. Faker looks to fire back, and FBI's going to be caught by the seismic shove. Oner takes the kill on that one. 100 Thieves in full retreat. Doran on the chase, but he's already lost the Dominus. Stridebreaker on Ayla. Oner goes in for a double kill. T1 take the fight, and they aren't done yet. Quidd tries to escape. Oner wants to win, becomes lightning, but he can't quite make it strike. He jumps in anyway as Quidd wants to sidestep the seismic shove, but he's still taking a ton of damage. 100 Thieves has overstayed their welcome, and Quidd cannot use his Kingslayer in time. T1 may lose the Drake, but they'll take 3 kills. They'll take the mid lane turret, and they'll take the lead.
And it all came down to FBI not flashing the seismic shove. T1 is a team that is not afraid of just starting the Otacon, forcing your hand. Quidd is just going to let the tower die to deny the local gold here. realizing that's probably not going to be defensible for long anyway.
See the Otacon, it's T1 immediately deciding they want the objective. They've already got it down to 1/3 HP. I think 100 Thieves might be a little bit late to the party. Nice Weaver's Wall coming out from Faker. River wants to go in and try to steal it away.
He got it!
100 Thieves steal the objective, but what about the fight? T1's already taken out the enemy jungler. Ayla might be next to fall. Gumayusi gets the kill, and Dokla's next on the chopping block. T1, they lose the objective, but again, they get 3 kills instead.
Any of those kills, so yes, you do get the Otacon. It stops it from being a total disaster, but Quidd is going to have to back off, and that means it is now a 3.7k gold lead with it that tier 2 taken. Probably just dead instantly, off of that great engage from Dokla, but T1 forcing the objective once again. They start up the Dragon, but 100 Thieves reclaiming space in the area. Quidd's looking to steal a good ult.
T1, 2-1 in Drake so far. Dragon down to half HP, 100 Thieves on the approach. The Weaver's Wall has been separated. Quidd in the middle of everybody. Zinjao ulti stolen. Quidd gonna be focused here for now, but he's still staying alive in the moment. Carrier taken down to about nothing. Dokla! Back line. He wants Gumayusi, but he can't find him. FBI's under pressure, but he stays alive as well. Both top laners out of the picture. Dragon, 3k HP. Redemption coming in for 100 Thieves as Owner tries to jump forward. Now he's gonna be your target. River's next to fall. The Drake goes over to T1. Quidd jumps back over the wall. He wants the abduct, and he's lucky he didn't get it. Owner at 1 HP, a double kill of Gumayusi, a piercing arrow over the wall from FBI. There are dead bodies in both jerseys all over the Dragon Pit, and now Faker is looking for more. He wants another rock here onto FBI, onto Ayla. His seismic shove will not hit. Gumayusi coming around to try to help him. Ayla's next to fall. It's a 4 for 2 plus Drake for T1.
But they need that assistance. It can't be a solo mission from Dokla. Ayla's looking for an engage.
Yeah, Ayla knocks Owner up into the air. Defensive Zinjao ulti to keep Owner protected. Dokla dives in for the public execution. Owner's gonna take a ton of burst, and he drops first. Carry is next to go if he's not careful. Doran's to the back of 100 Thieves, and they scramble defensively. Doran's next to Baron.
They go Baron!
The line on T1 is down as Baron spawns onto Summoner's Rift. 100 Thieves have 5v3, and T1 wants nothing to do with Baron.
They gotta give it up. What an engage from Ayla there as 100 Thieves finds Owner right before the spawn of Baron here.
And in the mid lane, Quidd getting closer and closer to level 16. The standing gold of this mid tier 1, the bot tier 1, these towers are up for grabs.
That was
that was not the fight they wanted.
Got a little bit too excited, but hey, they're still going to force T1 back. They're still going to take the tier 1 turret down here in the bottom lane.
That top lane though, Doran pushed it in extremely deep as Guma is yet to die in this game. This Corki is a monster as Quidd, he face checks.
Yeah, Quidd face checking right into the brush. He's gonna get punished here. Remember, he still has the arm guard, but the chain CC. Quidd's alive, but only at 50 health. The Silas is the target, and T1 has already found him. Carry is gonna be focused down by 100 Thieves. Gumayusi under pressure from River, but T1's already found a double for Owner. Gumayusi low. Dokla needs to get the kill, and he finds Gumayusi. Dokla flashes back over the wall. Faker wants to take him out, but he doesn't have the damage. FBI gets a double as Owner falls. Dokla looking to cut off Faker's escape here. The teleport coming in on top of the wave. Faker's got to be aware of this. Pathing through the jungle, making sure he stays safe.
They've done
but
it.
The mission is accomplished. Soul is averted. 100 Thieves keeping the game. And T1 not wanting to let another one of these slip away. Dokla finally going to secure that tier 1 turret up there in the top side.
He whiffed it. It was early. Couldn't land that. That would have been critical. If he hits that, I think they can 100-0 Doran there and then go right back onto the Baron.
T1 needs to try to approach this. The Baron is dropping again, down to half HP already. Owner over the wall. River has been winning the smite fights here so far in this game. 100 Thieves looking to peel away now as Ayla charges in for the headbutt pull, but it's not going to connect. Ayla now going to be the target here with the redemption coming down, but Carry is first to die. 100 Thieves already have the first kill. River's going to the back line. He wants Faker and Guma. T1's killed River, but what about the rest of the fight? Quidd into the back. Faker staying alive, trying to kite him out. Dokla with a little bit more damage, but he's down. 100 Thieves overstep, and T1 have been the best team in the world.
It's looking so good for them as T1 goes into the blender. They knock down Guma, and you're thinking, this is the time. This is where they're going to win. But Owner comes back up with a GA.
Secured, the soul will be secured, and just like that,
That's the game.
T1 will snuff out the hopes of 100 Thieves.
Exactly. You look at the point where a game breaks when you're looking back at a VOD in League of Legends, and that right there is where the game broke. Ready to push bottom lane. Faker going to use the Weaver Weaver's wall to guarantee that this outer barrier goes down. Now the inhibitor exposed here in the bottom lane. Quidd stealing away the Xin Zhao ulti yet again. Wants to have that defensive capability here in what could be the last team fight of the game. 100 Thieves thinking about their moment. First game, they're going to need to get a team fight win here. They're going to need to get the Elder after. Keria takes a bit of poke there, so they'll feel okay about that one. But again, it's nothing that's going to change the game. Quidd goes into the middle of everybody. He's shielded up with a Xin Zhao ulti. Into the back line goes Dokla. Keria's under threat, but Dokla doesn't have the damage. He's going to be knocked into the resurrection here for the Guardian Angel. Quidd has to keep making a little bit more space as Dokla tries to retreat. Gumayusi goes in, and Dokla is down. T1 managed to survive the dive. They outplay 100 Thieves. Elder Dragon targeted by T1. They've got a 5v4. Quidd's only at 40% HP. Ayla focused down. He's dead immediately. T1 have their first kill. Quidd wants to take Keria, but it's not going to matter because Doran's already killed FBI. T1 on the victory push. Doran goes over the wall, and Quidd has to flash away from Solar Flare. River and Quidd in full retreat. T1 in hot pursuit. River trying to juke with a bit of a clone prank, but it's not going to work well enough. Quidd is already dead. Faker has cut off River's escape. It will not matter that he has Guardian Angel because the Angels are not listening. T1 will stop 100 Thieves' chances dead in their tracks. It's a 5-0 delayed ace. Dokla's back to life, but the inhibitor is first to fall, and it's only a sign of things immediately to come. The Nexus turrets will melt. 100 Thieves fought hard, but T1 is T1, and they are not gonna fall in this first game. 24-16, they'll take game one.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.